Okay guys, I'm so excited. It's Happy Mail time. I had my son bring in my Happy Mail. This is from hatching time, so I'm gonna get ready and open it. Just came in a couple hours ago and I had him sit it here in my glass room because this is where I'm going to be setting it up on top of this deep freezer, I think, because I don't need to get anything out of here anytime soon. So I think this is where I'm gonna set it up, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna actually have to take this down and then lift it out of the box because it is really heavy and I'm not that tall. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, and if you haven't already guessed it, I got an incubator from Hatching Time. So I got the CT60, which means it holds 60 eggs in there, and I'm so excited to get it out of the box and get it set up. Guessing this is, yeah, the instructions here, so I'll have to read over that. I'm gonna hurry up and get everything out of this box and get it set up, like I said, on top of this deep freezer for now, and then if I have to move it, we shall see. Let me just get it out of the box. I think I'm actually going to need my son to lift this out, or at least someone else on the other side. Maybe I can cut the box. This is our secure inside the box. Okay, I got it out of, oops. I got it out of the box. I didn't finish that sentence. And, okay. So I'm definitely going to have to read the instructions on this and figure out what is what. And I'm so excited to finally have this and get started on a new adventure of hatching my own eggs. If you watched, I think yesterday's video, you saw that I did get in some hatching eggs, and I plan on hatching my own eggs. And so I'm really looking forward to it. I actually have been following Hatching Time a long time. I've seen them at Homesteaders of America when I went in October, and I have been like keeping my eye out on their incubators, as well as, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, you're gonna have to go check out their site, but also they sell like these tiered things for quail, where you can like keep quail in an apartment, and I was really interested in that. Not that I don't have the space to like keep, you know, bigger animals, like we have a bunch of chickens and ducks and stuff, but I just thought it was so cool that it was very apartment friendly, it was stackable, and it just showed how like the egg just falls down and all the things. So anyway, so that is how I first kind of like came in contact, or I guess started following them, is for like their quail setup. But when I saw that they were selling incubators, I'm like, oh man. And so I didn't get to speak to them at Homesteaders of America, but I did start following them on Instagram and reached out to them, and now I'm so happy to have this incubator. And like I said, I am going to have to read this and figure out how to get this set up, and then we'll be back and start setting it up. My children had a movie playing at the table while they were finishing eating dinner. So while they were watching the movie, I was just busy listening and talking to them while I was setting this up. So it made the time go by faster, even though it didn't take a really long time. And the instructions were fairly easy. It comes with pictures, so it shows you what everything is, and everything's labeled. So you shouldn't have a hard time setting this up. I will leave a link down in the description box to the exact model I got if you guys want to check that out. Okay, I did go ahead and move the incubator to my dining room table because it said keep it at 2 feet away from walls. I adjusted the trays in here, and now I need to plug these in. And this is the humidity tray. So far the instructions have been fairly easy. On the instructions for the humidity tray, it tells you how much water to add from depending on what the humidity you want. So from lowest humidity you add nothing, and then all the way up to the highest humidity you would fill all compartments. You also want to make sure that it is room temperature water and not cold water. And then yeah, you just have to follow all of these instructions right here. Each rack holds 30 eggs, and so it already has, this already says that it's preset for chicken eggs. Racks may need to be adjusted, but my eggs are not super huge, so I don't think that they'll need to be adjusted. I've already added in the power cords, and then it says, you know, it's time to turn on the unit and set parameters, but it says incubators are arrived preset for chicken eggs, and we are doing chicken eggs, so I don't have to adjust anything here, but it does tell you how to do it. And so this is the temperature, and that's the humidity, and on the back is where you can turn on or off the unit. I am beyond excited to have this incubator finally out of the box and set up so that I can start using it. If you watched yesterday's video, you guys know that I got in some hatching eggs from the Naked Gardeners, which are the American breasts. I'm also going to be adding in some of my own chicken eggs that I've collected from the darker layers and the moss egg layers, because I don't have a lot of moss colored eggs that get laid, and so I think I'm going to put in probably 6 of those and probably 6 of like the darker kind of brown eggs that I have. I do not have a egg layer that lays like a copper Moran. I think I have a Well Summer, but it's not as dark as the copper Moran. And so on top of the American breast, I'm going to throw in just a couple of my egg layers, eggs, and raise them and see what color egg that they get to lay. But for sustainability, as far as producing our own meat, which is I've talked about in previous videos about us raising meat rabbits this year, meat chickens, and just trying to produce as much meat as we can, and then we just got the pigs. So this is just like one step closer to being able, with the American breast, we will have to, you know, it takes 21 days to hatch the chicken eggs, and then we'll have to raise them to about 20 weeks before they start laying. But once they start laying, so I won't use the American breast that I'm hatching this batch as meat layers. I'll use those as my breeders and keep like 1 rooster and then how many ever hens I get. And then when they start laying, those will be the ones that will continue to keep for meat, and so I won't have to buy any more meat chickens from the hatchery, which is just going to be amazing. So then I'll have meat chickens that I'm not depending on the hatchery for. I'll have the meat rabbits that we're breeding ourselves. We have our pigs that of course we have to grow out and then let them have babies as well. So that's all a process, but this is building blocks. So like I said, I'm going to leave any kind of information for this incubator. This is a 60 one, but they also have one for 120. All the links will be down in the description box. You have to come back tomorrow to see me actually load this up and get this baby running. It's gonna take 21 days, and so it's not gonna be all in one video. We'll have to come back in a few days. I think it's about 7 days, and cancel them. And so this is a whole new experience for me. I'm gonna take you guys along with me to, you know, show you guys the process like I've showed you guys everything else, and we shall see how this all comes out with my first experimentation of hatching my own eggs. So I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow. Bye.